Then we have got Devashish
Right.
and Suchi. You have already met.
Yes. Very good. Thank you so much for
I
joining us this evening.
yeah.
We're going to celebrate this wonderful month today with Tarun and you all. And we're going to start with the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. This is very nice chapter. And we have a specialist person here who is so good. And she's supported by twins as well. Her name is Shavi. She's only 8. And her brothers' names are Katit and Kathan. So,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya. Om
Om Namo
Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
So you can do the Sanskrit and the English for all the ones that you want to do, okay? Is that okay, Shavi?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
अर्जुनवाच एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्य अक्षरम् अव्यक्तं तेषां हि योगवित्तमः. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? Shri Bhagavan Vacha Meya Vishmano Yema Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parivetaste Me Yukta Tamamataha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered to me to be most perfect.
So
Ye tvaksharam
go for it, go for it. That's good.
avyaktam paryupasate sarvatra gamachintyam cha kutastam achalam dhruvam.
And the next one.
And you can do the next one as well. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Saniyam Yandriya Gramam
Sarvatra
Sarvatra Samabudaya
Te
Te Papnuvanti Ameva Sarvabhutarita Hata. Oh,
Really worship
good.
the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed, the immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth. By controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engaged in the welfare for all at last achieve me.
So, just to explain a little bit, Arjun is asking Krishna, what is better to worship your personal form or your unmanifested, impersonal form, the sunlight, if you like, the light? And Arjun, Krishna is very clearly answering, it's always better to worship my personal form because the impersonal form is very difficult to understand and to worship. And especially the next verse, he says this, Kleshodika tarastesam avyakta shakta chetasam avyakta hi gati dukham devadhyavapyate.
Those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature for the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
Yetu sarvani karmani yai sanyasamat para ananyena neva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate tesamaham samadata mrityu samsara sagarat vami nachirat partha maya vesita chetasam.
Those who worship me, giving up all the activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pratha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death.
So this is where he's saying, if one fixes their mind on him, he will deliver them very quickly from this material world. And now, for the next few verses, Krishna gives different options. He's saying, fix your mind upon me, you will live in me without a doubt. And then he's saying, if you can't fix your mind on me, follow the regulatory principles of Bhakti Yoga. Okay, you can't do that? Then work for me. Oh, you can't work for me? Then give up the results of your work for me. Oh, you can't even do that. Then he finally says, okay, at least try to meditate. And if you can't even do that, just get some knowledge about me. Try to find out about me. So let's go through those verses. Mayeva manadatsva, mai buddhi nivesasya, nivasyasya mayeva, tata udvam na samsaya.
Fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engaged all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt.
Athachitam samadhatum, na chokshnosi naistiram, abhyasa yogena tato, mami chaptum dhananjaya.
My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me.
Abhyasa apya samartosi, mat karma paramo bhava, madatham api karmani, kurvam siddhi avapyasi.
If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage.
Athayadapi ashoktosi, kartum yoga shitaha, sarva karma phalatyagam, tatha kuru yayatmavan.
However, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated.
Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasaj, jnana dhyanam avishishyate, dhyanat karma phalatyagas, tyaga shanti anantaram.
If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by just renunciation, one can attain peace of mind.
Wonderful. So the next 8 verses, there's only 20 verses in this chapter, very small chapter. But the next 8 verses, Krishna glorifies his devotee. So let's have a look at this. Advaita sarva bhutanam, maitra karuna evacha, nirmamo nirhankara, samadukha sukha shami, santushta satatam yogi, yatatma dada nishchaya, mayapita manobuddhi, yomad bhakta same priya.
One who is not envious, but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor,
Yes.
and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service, with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
Yasmano dvijate loko, lokano dvijate chaya, harshamasha bhavadyagya, muktosya sacha me priya.
By whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to me.
Anapeksha suchi daksha, udasino gata vyatha, sarvaramba parityagi, yomad bhakta same priya.
devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and not striving for some result, is very dear to me.
Yo na harshati na dvesti, na sochati na kankshati, shubha shubha parityagi, bhakti manya sacha me priya.
One who neither rejoices or grieves, who
Neither rejoices nor grieves.
who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things, such a devotee is very dear to me.
Samashatrucha mitracha, tatha mano apamanoya, sitoshna sukha dukeshu, samasanga vivajita, tulya ninda sute moni, santushto yena kenachit, aniketa stira mate, bhaktiman me priya naraha.
One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service. Such a person is very dear to me.
Yetu dharma mritam idam, yakto uktam parupasate, sada dhana mat parama, bhaktaste ativa me priya. Very good.
Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me.
Jai,
Jai.
Bhagavad Gita ki Jai, chapter 12 ki Jai,
Jai.
Bhakti Yoga ki Jai, and Shavi ki Jai. Very beautifully read. Thank you so much, Shavi. So good. So this chapter is very, very good to read every day this month. This month is very special. Many devotees here will already know why it's special, but I will just give a quick synopsis of why it's special. Is that okay, Tarun?
Yes, please.
Okay. You're aware of this importance of this month, right?
Whatever I heard in my
Okay.
childhood,
Okay.
I'm aware of some of the things. Yes.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'll do a quick synopsis because many of the devotees will have heard it. But this month is the month of Kartik. It's also known as Damodar Mas, and I'll explain that in a minute. It's going to run for the whole of this November month, and it's said that in this month, when we do auspicious things, spiritual things, it is 1,000 times better than any other month. That's why in this month you see devotees doing a lot more bhakti, because this is the sale of the year. So what happened in this month to make it so special? It's when Krishna got tied up with ropes. But these ropes were not ordinary ropes. They were actually ropes of love of Mother Yashoda. God doesn't have a mother or a father. He is the mother and the father. But he's also a person. And when he comes to our world, especially, he takes somebody very special as a mother and a father. And Mother Yashoda is eternally his devotee in the spiritual world. And she came in this world, and she became his mother. And she did amazing pastimes with Krishna on earth. So this is Mother Yashoda. This is her tying up Krishna. Who can tie up Krishna? No one, except his own devotee, who loves him so much that he allows himself to be controlled by that devotee. And such a devotee is extraordinarily rare. He performed the pastime of mischief with his own mother's makhan, butter. He broke the pots. He even fed the makhan butter to the monkeys. His mother, up to now, had not believed the neighbors telling him that your son, Krishna, is a naughty, naughty boy. She always saw Krishna in a good light. But finally she realized, oh no, he is a butter thief. He's stolen from me. And that was a mistake because his mother is very powerful. She ran behind him. And remember, this is the Supreme Lord. And because of Supreme Lord, everything functions in this world. And because of their fear the Lord, but this same Lord was running because his mother was after him with a stick. How incredible is that? Inconceivable. But this is where Krishna is showing his sweetness. We know his divinity. He's the creator of everything. He maintains everything. Ultimately, destroys everything through time. But in this pastime, he is showing his wonderful quality that he is subservient to the love of his devotee. And he allowed himself to be bound by these ropes because he saw the effort by Mother Yashoda. And she was trying so hard, but it was always going to be 2 fingers short, no matter how much rope she had, because who can tie the Supreme Lord? Yogis run after him with the speed of mind for millions of lifetimes. They still can't catch him. But because she loves him so much, he allowed her to catch him and to tie him up as well. So, of course, he shows his divinity even when he's tied up to a wooden mortar, because he took that wooden mortar in between 2 trees, and those 2 trees, huge trees, collapsed. From the trees came 2 devatas who had been cursed to be trees by Narad Muni because they had misbehaved towards him. But whenever a devotee curses, it's a blessing. So they were blessed because they had the darshan of Krishna. And that is a very rare thing to happen. So every day this month, we offer a lamp to Damodar and we sing a song. So we'll do that towards the end, and we can explain that a little bit later. This month is very special because it's also connected with Srimati Radha Rani, who is very close with Krishna. In fact, in Vedic culture, there are 2 Godheads. There's one Godhead who is actually 2. That one Godhead becomes Radha and Krishna. They're both Godhead. They're both supreme, and they're both very important. And in this month, she is the predominating deity. So everything that we do is actually for her glorification. This month is very special because many things happen in this month. Radha Kund appeared. That's going to happen on Sunday. Dipavali, Saturday week. And then we have Govardhan Puja, which is Sunday week. Very important festivals. Srila Prabhupada disappeared in this month, went back to the spiritual world. Gopastami took place in this month, where Krishna took Gomata out to graze in the forest for the first time. Tulsi Viva takes place this month. Yesterday was Karwa Chauth. And 2 Ekadashis, very important ones, take place in this month. So what we do in this month, as I mentioned, every day we offer a ghee lamp. The benefits of offering ghee lamp this month are extraordinary. And if we get a chance, we'll just quickly show you what those benefits are later. We sing this beautiful song, Damodarastakam. We'll do that later. We do more japa, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We read the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. We try to read the Gopi Gita, very important prayers by the wonderful devotees of Krishna in separation. We try to do some fast. We try to eat a little bit less. Of course, I don't succeed in that in that department, but because unfortunately somebody cooks very nicely, I can't blame her. But some devotees fast. They don't eat grains in this month. Some eat once a day. It's a very nice month to fast for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna. And we try to definitely do more bhakti and less gossip, less television, less social media. And I hear somebody screaming, what do you mean less social media? So this month we also looking, are there any questions from what I've just said? Anybody got any questions?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Purna Mataji.
I mean, I was just curious to know, do we know anything about the past life of Yashoda Mata and Nanda
Oh,
Baba?
wonderful question. Fantastic question. In fact, on Saturday, we are doing a 1-hour seminar just on that one topic. Who is she? And I can tell you
Fantastic.
very brief summary. But that's at 3:30, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to join, but you can hear the recording anyway. I'll tell you very briefly. She's actually an eternal associate of the Lord. She's an expansion of the Lord himself. Yashoda Mai also expanded as a demigod, and her name was, there was Kara, and I forgot the name now. But anyway, she also did tapasya to become the Lord's mother, and Brahma granted that boon. But it said that actually she's an eternal associate of the Supreme Lord. So when Krishna came, she comes with him in this world, or she came before him anyway. And the expansion as demigod merges with that expansion of Yashoda. So actually, this is not a position that one can attain through tapasya or prayers. It's a position she already has eternally. She's always his mother, eternally. That's one of her potencies. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
No, thank you for that question. That's a really important question, actually. And we're going to look at it in some detail on Saturday.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
So we're going through the Krishna book at the moment. All the different leelas, and we were talking last few days about how he takes birth as the son of Devaki and Vasudev in the prison house in Mathura, and then Vasudev takes him across to Gokul and swaps him with the baby girl of Yashoda. And then yesterday we finished where he was 6 days old and Putana tried to kill him with her breast milk, but he liberated her by sucking the life out of her breast. Now we are going to look at the next few chapters, 2 chapters, Salvation of Trinivarta and Vision of the Universal Form. Now there's a lot in these chapters, so I'm going to go through it very quickly. So I hope everybody's alert and awake, including myself. The first,
We
another
understand.
demon. Yes. Okay, sorry. Another demon came when he was 3 months old. His name was Sakatasura. Sakatasura actually disguised himself as the cart demon. So Yashoda Mai, they were very busy making arrangements for a festival. So they left Krishna playing under a cart. They were thinking he'll be safe. But this cart demon tried to kill Krishna. He just simply touched his foot to the cart, and there was a humongous noise. And this cart demon actually died. He was kicked by Krishna. What a lucky soul. Now, the lesson from that is we also are carrying a lot of burdens, cartloads of burdens, old burdens and old habits, lethargy and vanity, so many things. So we also are asking the Lord, please kick those horrible things away from us so that we can focus, we can concentrate on you and your bhakti. So that's a really nice story, that one. When he was 1 year old, this is all in the Krishna book by Srila Prabhupada. And I'm glad we got a Prabhupada warrior with us. So good. Thank you, Rohit. So this is when he was 1 year old, the Brijbasis, Mother Yashoda, performed Abhishek of Krishna. And this is a very special day where they massaged him with herbs, and he's the Supreme Lord, but they didn't see him as the Supreme Lord. They saw him as their wonderful, lovable child. Very special. Not the Supreme Lord, though, but very, very special. They invited Brahmins and devotees who chanted Vedic mantras. They did lots of different pujas for the Lord. They offered him different jewelry and clothing. They did Abhishek with lots of different things like milk, yogurt, honey, ghee, and then different fruit juices. And he was really pampered. Very beautifully done. And the lesson from this is we when the Lord appears, we celebrate his pastimes as much as possible so that we can become close to him. We can do the same as the Bijbasis are doing and in the same mood, and the Lord will become very pleased with us. Then another demon came. There were a lot of demons, especially in the first year. Trinivarta, he came as a whirlwind demon. With great force, he took Krishna up high in the air, in the sky. And all the Brajbasis were very worried. Where is Krishna? And Krishna simply held onto his neck and slowly squeezed it, and he became as heavy as a mountain. And he fell, the demon fell to the earth, and he died. This demon had a lot of false pride because he had a lot of material talents. He could become very fast like the wind. So Krishna he's more smarter than anybody. So no matter how much pride, false pride we have, it's only false. Krishna, he's got everything. He's got all the good qualities. When he was, again, just over 1 year old, Mother Yashoda, oh yes, after killing the demon, she patted him because they were thinking, oh, Krishna must be hurt. He's fallen down from a long distance from the sky. But of course, he was absolutely perfect as always. But she hugged him. And at that time, she actually looked into his mouth and she saw the whole universe. So this is one of 2 times where she manages, or he shows her his universal form. So he's no ordinary child. We have to understand Krishna, he may behave like an ordinary child. And the Brijbasis, even he shows his majesty to them. They love him so much, even that doesn't matter. They just care for Krishna as he is. And then 1 year, 1 day, year 1, day 1, he was given his name by Garga Muni, the name-giving ceremony, and he was called Krishna. And this is Balaram, and he was called Balaram or Shesha, like that, different names by Garga Muni. Now, he started playing with the Gomatas. He loves Gomatas. They were very naughty. They kept Mother Yashoda and Rohini very, very busy. And they would play and bathe in the dust of Braj. This dust of Braj is like Chintamani. It's very sacred. And it's very sacred because Krishna's footprints are all over this Braj Mandal, this land of Vrindavan. And Krishna also showed how important Gomata is. You must look after Gomata. He used to play with Gomata. He used to roll in their cow urine and dung as well. He would play with the calves, and sometimes he would play so much, the calves would be running, and he'll be holding onto the tail, flying almost. So Krishna and Balaram, they love everyone, especially the cows. And from the young age, they played with the calves. So it's very important to care for cows, just like Krishna does. And Yashoda Mai, she used to invite her friends, come and look. Lala is playing with the Gomatas. So just like them, we can also constantly think about Krishna's wonderful pastimes. And the gopis, especially the elderly gopis, they used to love him very much. They used to complain about his notorious activities. And we're going to talk about some of those notorious activities. But Krishna, he reciprocated their love for him. They cared for him just like a child, their own child. And they would pray to him inside, please come and eat my makhan. And he, of course, used to do that. This is a pastime of Shrimati Radharani. When she came in Yavat, she appeared in Yavat to Vrashabhanu and Kirtida. She wouldn't open her eyes. So everybody was really scared. What's going to happen? She never opened her eyes. And then Narad Muni came and told Vrishabhanu, don't worry. She's waiting. She's waiting for the special child of Nanda and Yashoda. And when he comes and sees her, she'll open her eyes. And that's exactly what happened. Yashoda and Nanda were invited to the palace of Vrishabhanu. They came, and Krishna crawled over and had a look in the cradle, and he saw Radha. And in that very moment, she opened her eyes. She'd made a vow that she would only look at Krishna. And that's exactly what she did. She looked at Krishna, beautiful Krishna. So then the complaints, let's get back to the complaints. So they used to pray, please come and eat our butter. And these guys used to come, Krishna and Balaram used to come, used to break in, make a mess, and then run away. They used to, the pots used to be hanging from the ceilings. The gopis would be quite clever. They used to hang them quite high to see how nefarious this Krishna becomes. So they would always manage to reach into these butter pots and get hold of the butter. They would switch the lights off in the dark, but his jewels were so bright, he didn't need light because the jewels would give him the light he needed to look everywhere. One of the gopis, they kept a husband as a gatekeeper on the door. If Krishna comes, you stop him. But Krishna came, he just gave a really nice smile to the husband. And the husband was mesmerized by the smile. Krishna ran in between the legs of the husband and did the business of eating the yogurt and ran out again. They couldn't stop him. He can mesmerize with his smile. One time, Krishna went into the bedroom of one of the children because he couldn't find any makhan. So he pinched the child and he said, your parents' karma is your karma. So cry. And the child started crying and the gopis started crying as well. One time, oh, that's right. The gopis were really clever. They put bells everywhere. And they said to the bells, when Krishna comes, you ring. Okay. Now, Krishna came and he saw the bells. He's not stupid. And he told the bells, shh, don't make a sound. And the bells obeyed. They didn't make a sound. He put his hand in the pot of butter, started to eat. And at that very moment, the bells went ding, 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 ding. And he said to them, what are you doing? You're supposed to be quiet. And they said, what can we do? This is what we do. When you eat, we ring the bell. Because in the temples, that's what happens. We go and offer the food. And this pujari is ringing the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Which means it's time for you to eat. So that was really amazing pastimes. And then they would say to him, we've caught you red-handed. And Krishna would argue back saying, what do you mean you caught me red? This is all mine anyway. And it's true. It is his. He's the Supreme Lord. One time, a gopi caught him and started calling him a thief. And he said, I'm not the thief. You're the thief. You've got everything that belongs to me. He was cheeky, but he was also truthful. Everything belongs to God. One time he didn't find any butter in the house. And he was very, very naughty that time. He actually went onto the altar and urinated on the altar. Now, of course, everything about God is perfect. Even his urine is perfect. So this is prasad he left for the gopis. So the lesson from this is Krishna performs these naughty pastimes to actually steal the hearts of his devotees. We see his sweetness and we fall in love with him. You can't fall in love with divinity alone. But when you see the sweetness of that divinity, that divine person, you fall in love with him. Another time he came and he was feeding the makhan to the gopis, and the gopis were screaming, why are you feeding our makhan to the monkeys? And Krishna said to them, well, your makhan, look, I'm giving it to the monkeys. And of course, he'd given so much makhan to the monkeys, they were already full. So when he gave more makhan to the monkeys said, no, 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 no. So Krishna said to the gopi, look, they don't even like your makhan, it's useless. Even the monkeys are rejecting it. Of course, they were rejecting it because they were full. So this is how he used to tease the gopis and really used to win their hearts. Oh,
Oh, something.
okay. What was that? Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. He also had a really nice pet monkey. His name was Dadiloba. And Dadiloba, he was the front man. He used to go, front monkey actually, check out the doors and the windows, see if anything was open. He'd open a window, sneak in, open the door, and let everybody in. All of Krishna's friends would come in. And in that way, the monkeys also participated in this transcendental activity. And then sometimes the makhan was so high, they used to make a wonderful pyramid. And in that way, they would get the butter. One time, what happened? One time, yes, I can tell you this pastime. The gopis caught him red-handed, right? When the gopis came, everybody legged it. So Krishna was left hanging by the ceiling, by this pot, holding onto this pot. And they said, "We caught you." And Krishna said, "No, actually, I was walking past your house and I saw that you have the highest ceilings. And my mother tells me I am very short for my age. So I thought, let me hang by your butter pot and increase my height. I'll become taller." So then the gopi said, "Well, okay, that's interesting, because then how come you got makhan in your hands?" Krishna said. Krishna is really clever, right? He's only about 1.5 or something like that. He says to the makhan, to the gopi, "Actually, when I was looking through the window and I saw a big ant go into your butter pot. And I thought, this wonderful gopi has made this makhan with so much hard work, and this ant will spoil it. So I came in here and took this ant out of your makhan and I've saved your makhan." Then the gopi asked, "So how come you've got makhan all around your mouth?" Krishna thought, game up. He jumped down and he ran out of the house. So this is how he used to play wonderful childhood pranks with the gopis. And then one time, his brother complained to his mother. Okay, we are out of time. I'll just quickly finish this pastime. That Krishna has eaten dirt. Oh, Mother Yashoda came to him and said, "Have you eaten dirt?" Now, Krishna wouldn't open his mouth because he had dirt in his mouth, but he communicated with his eyes to his mother. Don't believe these people. And Mother Yashoda said, "Well, before, all these gopis used to complain about you, but now your own brother is complaining about you." Yes, again, he's not opening his mouth. He's trying to get the dirt down his throat. He's saying with his eyes to his mother, "But this Balaram, he teases me too much." So Mother Yashoda is asking, "What do you mean?" "Well, he tells me I am white." Balaram is saying, "Mother Yashoda is white. Nanda Maharaj is white. How come you're black?" "I don't know," Krishna says to Balaram. "I don't know why I'm black." Balaram said, "I'm older than you. I can tell you why." He's about 8 days older, right? So he says, Nand Maharaj was one time walking in the marketplace and he saw that they were auctioning you. They were selling you. So he came out of pity for you and bought you and brought you into his house. And at that time, Krishna started crying and he ran to Mother Yashoda and, "What's the matter?" And he wouldn't say anything to Mother Yashoda. "You are my mother." So in this way, he was complaining about Dauji. But then eventually she asked him, "Open your mouth." He opened his mouth, and inside his mouth, she saw the whole cosmic form, his universal form. And this is called the Virat Roop or Vishwaroop. And Krishna shows his divinity to his mother. And for a moment, she thought, who is this amazing person? But when she thought like that, she was losing her motherly love for him. He immediately covered her again with his yoga maya, so that she would forget this, that she saw the universe in his form. in his mouth. So in that way, she again remembered that, hey, this is my son, and I should chastise him. Okay, so tomorrow we'll continue actually the pastime of Mother Yashoda. So if you're able to join us, we're on every day at 7:30, same Zoom address. You don't need an invitation. You're always invited. So please do join us. Now, we wanted to do two things. One was the Damodar Aarti. Now, if you see here, I'll just spotlight. Let me just spotlight this. This is the Damodar Murti that we have. There's Krishna tied to the wooden motor, and there's Mother Yashoda. And we do
can see the pic-
Sorry?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Can you see? Yeah. So we do Aarti to this every day. Just offer a ghee lamp. And if you don't have a ghee lamp at the moment, you can just even imagine a beautiful ghee lamp and offer that 7 times around Krishna, 7 times around Mother Yashoda. And in that way, you're doing a wonderful spiritual activity which pleases Krishna. So we can sing this beautiful bhajan now. Anybody can sing this bhajan? Rohit, are you able to sing this bhajan?
Yes, Prabhu, but I don't know properly, like I can't
Okay.
sing.
Today, you sing it with me. We'll sing it together.
Yeah.
We'll sing it together. Okay. So whilst we're singing this bhajan, you're welcome to offer this ghee lamp. And we'll just sing it the once because we're a little short on time today. And the next thing we'll do after this is we'll sing to Lord Nrsingadev for his sweet protection of everybody, especially in these dark days at this moment in time. Namamishwaram Sache Anandarupam Lasa Kundalam Okule Prajamanam Yashoda Vyalukala Davamanam Varamasamadhyanta Gopya Urudan Moho Netra Mamajanta Karam Ojayuk
Jayukmena
Satankane
Satnetram
Mahasasakam Patri
Sakampatri
Rekanta
Rekanta
Sita
Stita
Krayam
Krayam Damodaram
Bhakti
Bhakti Padam
Iti
Dikvali
Dikvalila
Hirananda
Hirananda
Kunde
Swagosha
Swagoshanimajantam
Yapayantam
Makyapayantam
Adi
Tada
Sitane Shubhate Sitatam Puna
Puna
Prematatam
Prematastam
Sasavati
Shatrudevam
Ande Varadeva
Varamde
Mokshana
Moksham Mokshavadam
Mokshavativa
Va Nachayana
Nachayapane Pare
Hamvare
Tadapiha
Shadapiha
Idam
Nande
Deva Purnata
Nata
Gopala
Gopala
Balam
Balam
Sada
Sada me
Manasya
manasi
Vira
avidesitu
Samhimanye Idam
idam te
Mukam
mukam
Bhojam
ja
Tentine
atyantanile
Vritam
tam
Kundale
kundale
Sridharatasya
sridharatascha gopya muhuscha
Mahasambhidam
bimbaratadarame
Bimbaratadaramene Manasya
manasa
Virastam
virastam
Alam
alam
Shalame
lakshame
Namo
Namo
Devadamada Ananta Vishnu
Vishnu
Prasida
Prasida
Prabhu
Prabhu
Dukkha
Dukka
Jalali
Jalati
Magnam
Magnam
Kripa
Kripa drishti
Drishyati
vrishti dinam
Dinambatanu
vatanu
Grahanesha
Shubham
Yamedi Akshides
Shindrasya
Veratmaja
Veratmajamba Damo
Vayata
Tariyadvat
Daya
Vayamochitam
Bhakti
Bhakti Bhajau Kritam Cha
Tata Prema
Prema
Bhaktim
Bhaktim
Swam
Swam
Viprayacha Namo
Namokshe
Graho
Graho Mesti
Damodareha
Damodareha
Namaste
Namaste Damni
Spraditi
Spurti
Damne
Damne
Tvadiyo
Vadayo
Rayata
Yata
Vishwasamane
Vishwasedamne
Namo
Namo
Radhikaya
Radhikaya Tvada
Priyaya
Priyaya
Namo
Namo
Nandalilaya
Nandalilaya Devaya
Devaya
Todaya
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Jai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Damodarastakam ki jai Radha
Jai
Damodar ki jai Yashoda
Jai
Damodar ki jai. Actually, shall we try to read this? Yeah, let's read this. Rohit, can you read the first verse of this
Yes,
translation?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, I can read. Translation of Damodar Ashtakam. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is embodiment of the eternal existence, knowledge and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who I, due to offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisances.
Thank you so much. Tarun, would you like to read?
Yes.
Great.
Seeing the weeping stick in his mother's hand, then he's crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with three lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To the Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances.
Dipti and Aurideep, you can read the next two.
By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times. Hare Krishna.
O Lord, O Lord, although you are able to give all kind of benedictions, I do not pray for you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala, Gopala, and Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use? What is the use to me of any other boon besides this?
Very good. So, Baunaben or who else would like to read the next 4? Anybody? Yes, Anjali, Raji. You can read.
O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. Number 5. Number 5. O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair, tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. Gita.
Gita.
Yeah, I'll read the next one. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my humble obeisances unto you. O the Mother, O Anta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me by showering your glance of mercy upon me. Deliver this poor, ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes.
O Lord Damodar, just as the 2 sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalakuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narad and made into great devotees by you, in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar. In the same way, please give to me your own Prema Bhakti. I only long for this, have no desire for any kind of liberation. Yes, Rita, would you like to read if you're able to unmute?
Hi, sorry. Which
Number
one?
8. Number 8.
Number 8. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes.
Wonderful. Thank you. So that's Ritu, right? Very
Yeah,
nice.
Ritu.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Join us every day, huh?
Yeah. Dipti sent me the request. Like, thank you so much for
Wonderful.
giving this opportunity. Thank you.
So we wanted to close. First, we'll do the prayer and then we'll thank everybody for joining us. Before that, just to let devotees know that every weekend we do programs like on this Zoom for children, preteens, and also the youth presentations on Gita. Adults, we do every day at 3:30 onwards for an hour or so. At the moment, we are going through the Shrimad Bhagavad Puran, which is really amazing. So just join us. At the moment, lockdown means tough time, but it doesn't have to be. If one links with the Supreme Lord, actually, lockdown or no lockdown, one is always steady in one's consciousness of God. So in order to get the blessings of the Lord and his protection as well, Gita.
Yes, Prabhu?
Oh, sorry. No, actually, I tell you what. Let's ask let's ask Rohit. Sorry, Gita. Rohit, are you
Okay.
there?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Right. So you must be knowing the Nishinga prayers, right?
Yes, I know.
And just sing it once, if you don't
Okay,
mind.
Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahaladala Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shilatankanakalaye Ito Nrisimha Parato Nrisimho Yato Yami Tato Nrisimha Bahe Nrisimho Hridaye Nrisimho Nrisimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye Tava Karakamalavare Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Narsimha Dev Bhagwan ki Jai
Jai.
Prahlad Maharaj ki
Jai.
Thank you, Rohit. So nice. Very,
Thank you, Prabhu, giving for me opportunity to sing.
No, it's okay. It's fine. So I'd like to thank Tarun for hosting and inviting your wonderful friends. I still remember the satsang we had last year at your ashram.
Yeah.
And it was one of the sweetest satsangs. It's a shame we can't repeat that, but this Zoom doesn't stop us from continuing, the satsangs. So
Yeah.
please do join.
We will do it again at our house in the first opportunity, probably.
Thank you so much. And you just like to introduce anybody that we haven't met so far? Or we met?
No, we have already mentioned most of our friends.
Oh, okay.
I probably don't know
Yeah.
some of the devotees who have joined. Yeah, we have mentioned most of our friends.
Okay. Anyway, thank you to Vikash for joining. Vikash, he did a satsang and his friends from Australia joined. and Mauritius and Italy as well. That was incredible. And we're doing satsang on Saturday at Geeta's and Anjali's ashram. Oh, there's Vikash. Very good.
Everybody's welcome.
Yes, everybody's welcome. Hare Krishna, Vikash. Still, I can't forget that Australia. Amazing.
Prabhuji, sorry, I forgot. So some of our friends joined little late.
Yes.
So we have got Amruta who joined last time. We have got Ritu as well. Ritu came last.
Ritu, yes, very nice. Thank you.
Yeah. I must be missing some people there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone.
Thank you to everybody. Absolutely. And then on Sunday, we have a program at Kaushalya's ashram. She's there. And I remember the last program we did at her place, her daughter sang the most enchanting bhajan. And she lives in, where does she live? She's in the West Indies somewhere. St. Lucia.
She lives in St. Martin, Prabhu.
St. Martin. Is she joining us on Sunday?
Yeah, she will sing the bhajan as well.
Tell us to get ready, huh?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Even I've got one little bhajan.
Of course, I know. You're amazing. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So I'd like to thank everybody. Swakesh, Atiben.
Please, everybody join on Sunday as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Sunday, is it the same time, Prabhu?
Same time, every day. Same time.
Okay, so we'll have a nice bhajan evening. Bhajan Sandhya we used to call. Yeah.
Very good.
It's also appearance of Radha Kund, so we'll be celebrating
yes.
Radha Kund.
We'll be doing a parikrama
Okay.
Radha Kund.
Yes.
Yeah, very good point. Thank you. Yeah, nice one. And actually, Jayanti is planning to have Radha Kund here, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting. So thank you very much. Huh? It's amazing. These satsangs are so sweet. So thank you everybody for joining.
Thank you, Prabhuji, and for giving us this opportunity.
Bye-bye.
No, bye. Who's that?
Me, it's me, Amrit.
Amrit. Okay, Amrit. And that's one of your friends, Amrit?
Yeah.
Is Deepak?
That's my son. This is Deepak.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, young man. Oh, is it young man? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah?
Bye.
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 Hare Krishna.
Bye.
Thank you, Tarun. Take care.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
everyone.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Thank you
Prabhu.
so much. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Krishna. Thank you.
Krishna.